And now, for someone, when you look at, the workplace, for someone who aspires to be a leader, to lead people, how would you advise that person? Someone who is starting, who is actually watching this video right now and is saying, I want to be a leader one day. What advice would you give that person?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, a leader is somebody that creates a vision and make it possible, make the environment possible for people to believe in that vision and therefore to be able to deliver in that vision. And what I'm trying to say is when you believe in something and you say this is what we can achieve as a team, you need to then say we as a team everyone has a role to play. And that role is not the leader to deliver. All of us have to know exactly which parts of the puzzle are we going to deliver to make sure that that vision is delivered. And therefore, what that means is that you need to serve the people you work with. And when I say serve, is make the environment to be conducive for them to perform. Okay. And also make it possible for them, if they have any challenges, to come to you, not be afraid to come to you and say, these are the challenges, how do we resolve it? I would not have all the answers in terms of that, but the greater collectivity in terms of when you brainstorm issues and say, how would we, then you always would come up with a solution. And therefore, as a leader, you need to be approachable. You need to be able to inspire people in terms of when they're down, to say, this is possible, this is just a challenge, but look at the bigger picture and look at how you've achieved. This is just a stumbling block that should not detract you from the long-term challenges that you're looking at. And therefore, the being a leader is actually being all-rounded in terms of listening to people, knowing what they're going through, and also knowing your people, because every one of us is different.
Yes.
And therefore, what might motivate me might not motivate another one. And therefore, the issues of knowing exactly what are the motivational aspects of each of your team members is quite important, because if you touch on that, it becomes personal, and they would give you discretionary performance, which in any organization you want it.
Wow. And by the way, maybe just to anyone who's listening to this discussion that we're having, I do a lot of research, just trying to find out about the great leaders that we have and to find out about what makes them tick. And for Mr. Mahlase to be here, it was highly recommended to me as one of those leaders that are very influential, that are able to bring out the best in others. Hence the questions that I'm asking him, because you don't just want to talk about theory here. I'm just asking about the things that he practices, things that he applies. So that's something that's very important, just to give you a little bit of that background.